I'm going to preface this by saying I have had a history of childcare work since I was about 21 years old, from the ages of 0 months to 13 years of age. To tell you what kind of experience I have with children. That's the preface to what story I'm about to tell you. Because yesterday, Memorial Day, I lost my shit with a 13-year-old boy. Oh. I have better temperance with children. I do. I know how to handle it. I know how to control my anger. But there was something wrong. I was invited to Amada's house on Memorial Day. And since Chris wasn't doing the big party this year, it was kind of nice to spend time with my second family on a holiday that we barely get to see each other. Me and Amada's birthdays are both in the summer. So we decided that it might be a good opportunity to spend some time with each other on that level. Hanging out with Shane and Amada, her husband's best friend, and her husband, and a whole bunch of family that I haven't seen since I was 10 years old, which was amazing. How the fuck ever, Aunt Laura's kid, Ryan, was a different state of an issue. Now, I understand mental disease and issues, but I don't believe this kid was mentally disturbed. Although I do believe that he was a sociopath. Let me explain. The entire day, this kid has been antagonizing me. And now I know what you're going to say. 13-year-old little boy is going to find a way to get under your skin, and I know this. I was his age once. I push buttons on a major scale. But the entire day, this kid is telling me that I didn't belong, that I'm not a part of the family, that Seth was not my nephew. Yeah, that happened. Anyone who knows me on this channel, or in real life, knows that Seth Isaac Lieberman is my little boy. And I may not be his godmother, but I act like it. You know what I mean? Like, that's my little kid. That's my boy. And this kid all day has been saying this stuff to me, saying that I'm not a part of the family, that I needed to go, that I don't belong here, that Seth doesn't want to be with me. Let me tell you that this kid tried to pick up my nephew, made him upset, ran crying, and Seth ran to me. Yeah, because my nephew doesn't like me. And slowly throughout the day, this kid had been pissing me the fuck off. And I was raised by several different women out of my life. And Margaret Soriano is one of them. And I've learned not to piss that woman off. And this kid is getting away with everything. He is hitting people. He is pushing kids, 7, 8-year-olds, and a 5-year-old around. My nephew is 1 year old, and he decides to take shit out of my nephew's hand and manhandle the fuck out of him. That pissed me off. And that's the thing that fucking pissed me off. But I was taught not to get involved in parenting other people's kids. And that's the truth. I mean, you don't, like, just in my family, the only way that's supposed to happen is if you take care of immediate family. You know, like my baby cousin Gia. If she gets out of line, fuck it, I'll do it. And that's where you get permission from. And I knew not to overstep my bounds. Or at least I thought I did. Because that was the first thing that he manhandled my nephew. He took shit out of my nephew's hand. I looked at him and I was like, you don't take anything out of a 1-year-old's hand. And I flipped out. Said nothing. And this kid's telling me I'm not the parent of this kid. Fuck you. When Amada first gave birth, in the first couple of months that she was home, I was in the middle of school at the time, and I would go over there and help her out with, if she just wanted to go take a shower, or or just have a cigarette, or just have 5 minutes to herself. I would be there to help bathe the kid, change his diapers, feed him. Fuck you, you little piss-ass motherfucker that has no idea what an adult life is. And the thing of it is, I was so flabbergasted because every adult there, I'm getting so mad about it. Every adult there let this kid do whatever the fuck he wanted. And growing up, if I did something that pissed Margaret off, best believe I got put in my place. And this kid just walking over everybody, and everyone's saying, oh, this is just how he is. You can't change how he is. He's 13. If it's not that it's just how he is. It's the fact that he knows he can get away with it. So if he continues to act the way that he does, he will continue to get away with it. And he will do whatever he wants. And I don't stand for it. The irony of this is that I wanted decaf tea, and I'm trying to do this thing where I have caffeinated tea during the day, and to get myself ready for bed, I'll do a shit ton of decaf. As much as I hate it, my heart needs, like, I'm getting older, and my heart could use a little bit of, calming down. So I went to Margaret, Mommy, and I asked her if there was any tea, like decaf. And this kid gets in between me and Ma as we're talking, and we're all at the patio table. And I got so fucking annoyed, telling me once again that I'm not a part of this family, that Margaret's not my mother, and that I'm not a part of this family, and I shouldn't be here in the first place. I flipped out. I'm sorry, I flipped out. I felt disrespected. I got attacked all day from this kid, and I know I shouldn't have let a 13-year-old little boy get underneath my skin. But if anyone was there, if you could have seen the blatant disrespect this kid, and I come from a Latin Italian household, there's no such thing as blatant disrespect to someone you don't fucking know. End of story. No way in hell. And this kid earlier tried to get me on his side to call his sister crazy. You don't, no. Well, I don't understand. It is, and Southside Middle School has a zero tolerance for kids like this. And I'm telling you, he's going to get kicked out. So I flipped out. And I looked at him straight up and I said, you need to fucking stop. Yes, I used profanity. I had it. I was on the edge of, my sanity was gone. Like, sanity, this much, gone. Like, that was it. All gloves were off, and I was in the Navy versus Army, I think, the Marine Corps boxing match. That's what this was, a verbal sparring match. In the back of my fucking head, I had to remind myself not to lay my hands on this kid, because all I wanted to do was choke him out. All I wanted to do was choke this kid out. But I don't want an arrest record, and I'm not going to lay my hands on somebody else's kid as much as I want to. I told him that this was disrespectful, that you need to lay the fuck off, that I've done nothing to you all day. I've done nothing but be kind and respectful to you. However, you've pushed down a 1-year-old, you have manhandled children, and you were disrespectful to me, Ma, Amada, everyone. And it's a disservice to your mother to treat anyone this way. And I can't fucking believe that you would even talk to me in this manner. I've been a part of this family since I was 6 years old. Just because I'm not fucking blood does not mean goddamn shit to anyone or anything. It is completely insane to me that you would treat anybody else this way. And I said to them that if you keep fucking acting this way, someone's gonna bop you in the goddamn mouth because you said something no one likes. Either that or you're gonna get arrested. This kid looks down at me and says, you better fucking look at me when I'm talking to you, because there ain't no goddamn way I'm not gonna stop. You don't like it? You want to be a big man and talk down to a woman? Fine. Look at me dead in the eyes, kid. He had nothing to say. I told him if he keeps talking the way that he's talking, that he's gonna get arrested. And what's gonna happen when you get arrested and no one's there to fucking help you? Tell me what you're gonna do then. Not a goddamn thing was said. He couldn't say anything back. I mean, how could you? How could you say anything back? I was so mad. I was shaking with anger. I was furious. I don't think Mom has ever seen me that mad before. Neither, and Amada didn't even notice what the fuck was happening. I was so mad. Everyone else noticed it, but Amada. That's the funniest part of this whole situation. I can't even begin. Like, first of all, attacking my nephew. You know how hard it was for me not to grab that kid and get him off Seth? That was the hardest thing. And knowing I have full reign to take Seth if I see fit, fine. I went into the house, I got my tea, my decaf, and I'm shaking like this. And I'm so mad. And Amada's grandfather looks at me and goes, honey, are you okay? You look like you're having a seizure. Like, he just was so worried about me. Like, I was shaking mad. I was like, I could not. My hands were like this. I could not hold a cup of tea to myself. And it's the second I snapped out of the anger, I knew I overstepped my bounds. I just knew I'd overstepped my bounds. And I apologized to Aunt Laura, to Mom, to everyone else that was there, because I should have known better than to let this kid get under my fucking skin. I mean, I knew I should have had better. I couldn't help myself, though. Like, Who the fuck are you to tell me this shit? And what's worse is that Amada ended up freaking out on him the second I left. And for good reason. I still get worked up. I can't help it. I get worked up about it because the blatant disrespect, I couldn't even understand it. And and unfortunately, they're gonna let this kid continue on his path because it's just how he is. And it's children like these that need to be corrected quickly. Because if they don't, they're gonna land in places that's not gonna be good. And I'm sorry, but these sociopaths are bred this way, and saying that, oh, that he wouldn't do anything or anything else. And the funny thing is, Aunt Laura's a great mom. She's raised some good kids, and it's really just upsetting to know that this one kid's gonna fuck it up for the rest of that family and bring disgrace. And I know it. I can see it coming a mile fucking away. And I really don't want that to happen to Aunt Laura, but we'll see what happens. Okay. I got my anger out, I think. And, I'm gonna go to Ramada's today to see my nephew because I think I still am not that calm from yesterday, and I think I just need a little hug from the little munchkin. I'll see you guys Wednesday for West Coast Wednesday, and yeah, that's it. Alright, peace out.